throat sore. Sore in the throat. If somebody is heavily armed, what we say? Armed to the teeth. Armed to the teeth. Pleasant or unpleasant doesn't matter here in this case particularly, but if somebody is heavily armed, we can express it by the expression which I have just told, armed to the teeth. So these are related to body parts when body parts are used in a sentence to express a particular meaning. In some cases, students often ask that, am I supposed to use the in the cases where it is not related to body parts? Like, seize the person's collar, grab his coat. So if we are to transform it to an expression where we'll have to use the definite article, how will it be? Here, bear with me. If it is related to the body part, like grab his hand. Grab his hand, hand being a body part, the expression goes like this when we use a definite article is grab him by the hand. By the hand. The in this case is mandatory, compulsory. But in the case when the body part is not mentioned, rather what is mentioned is the attire, the cloth, the clothes. Grab his collar, grab his coat, seize his collar, seize his coat. In this case, if we are to transform it, we can say seize him by his coat. Seize him by his coat. Here the is not compulsory, not mandatory. Grab him by his collar. Here the is not mandatory. Where it is mandatory, grab his throat, grab him by the throat. Here the is mandatory. So there's a difference between the body parts and what we are wearing. When we are being grabbed, somebody is touching our attire or our clothes, then the is not mandatory. But when we are being touched or we're being grabbed by a particular body part of ours, the is mandatory. You must have heard the expression at home. Feel at home. At home is a noun, an idiom that expresses that feel free, feel comfortable. So here home does not take any article before it. When I say I went home last night after the party was over, I went home. Here you can also mark that home is not preceded by any article. But when we are particularizing a home, we are specifying a home of a person, of a creature, of a species, of culture, then we will have to use the before home. For example, the examples that I am orally giving you are also given with other additional examples in the videos, so you can hear me, listen to me, and then revise it again in the next videos. So what I was talking about was the example of using the before home, like United States of America, the home of the brave, the home of the brave. Sundarbans, it's a jungle, it's a well-known jungle, the biggest mangrove. Sundarbans, the home of the Royal Bengal tigers, the home of the Royal Bengal tigers. India, the home of culture and tradition. You can also say there are things like Africa, the home of wilderness, the home of wilderness. You can also say there are many other things where you can also use home before the. You can see also the Somalian coasts, the home of pirates. The home of pirates. It's not to stereotype any place, of course. Very commonly we use, this is the home of Sir Hamilton. This is the home of Queen Victoria. You cannot say this is home of Queen Victoria or this is home of Sir Hamilton or Lord Clive. You will have to use the before this home because this home belongs to a very notable person. So these homes will have to be addressed by using the before it. The home of Queen Elizabeth, the home of Lord Clive, the home of Duke anything. I hope you have understood this.